if we go into the upset that I described, because certain factors engage now, let's say a downside stock market, therefore the data points head south, people's pain, personal pain gets even worse than it is now. Again, a lot of families are up to their head in debt and credit limits. That certain institutions and notions that have prevailed for 100 years might go out the window. Wouldn't shock me there's no Federal Reserve in several years. Simply because, hey, it hasn't worked, guys. It's been boom bust cycle monetarily, and therefore boom bust cycle in the stock market. And more people are becoming aware that, this entity is not some savior. It's part of the problem. If you get into an economic crisis, real in the street type crisis, where people are hurting, that's when things like that get doubted. Okay. Another one could be if we head into an economic downturn, the question is, what's the viability of the public to pay their taxes next April? People are hurting. It's hard to write that check, if you don't have the income, and therefore you're either going to be late, you don't file, or you're going to ask for an extension, or, in other words, suddenly government revenue from taxes could go whoop down. And it wouldn't shock me if they get severe enough, they abandon the income tax totally. Why? Because it's not viable as a source of income. And they turn to something else, like a national sales tax, for example. But all kinds of these variables are out there. I'm not predicting which will occur, but I bet some of them occur. And it's a 52 card pickup time coming. Watch that stock market. I think gold already knows what's going to happen. Namely, you're going to have a crisis. And it's going to be basically the key alternative, it and its fellow travelers, silver and the miners.